Settle, let the breath be long and unhurried. There is a question underneath most of what we do, and it is rarely spoken, and it sounds like this. If they saw all of it, would they stay? Let that thought settle. Confucius said that only when the year grows cold do we discover that the pine and the cypress are the last to lose their leaves. Sui Hanjai Song Bo. In the cold, you learn which trees are evergreen. We usually take this as a line about character. Adversity reveals who is strong. But turn it over. It is also a line about relationships, and it contains something uncomfortable. You cannot know who is a pine while the weather is good, which means the knowledge is not free. It costs a winter. Let that thought settle. Consider the difference between being admired and being loved. Admiration is given to the finished version. It is generous, it is pleasant, and it is completely safe because it is given to something that was constructed for the purpose of receiving it. It also cannot reach you. This is the thing nobody warns you about. You can be admired by 100 people and go home and lie in the dark feeling like a stranger in your own life because the admiration was accurate about someone who does not exist after 7 in the evening. Love is given to the whole thing, which means it can only be given to something that has been shown. You cannot be loved in a way you can feel until you have been seen in a way you did not control. Let that thought settle. Layazi has a line that people misread constantly. Da Jai Vuo Yu, great wisdom appears foolish. He is not recommending that you play dumb. He is describing what it looks like from outside when a person has stopped performing their intelligence. They ask the obvious question. They say, I don't understand. They admit without embarrassment that they have changed their mind. They appear to a certain kind of observer to be a little slow. They are simply not spending their energy on the display. And people love them. Have you noticed this? The people we love most are almost never the most impressive people we know. They are the ones who were honest with us at a moment when honesty was not convenient. The ones who said, I am not doing well. The ones who let us see them fail and did not apologize for the failure by immediately explaining it. Let that thought settle. Now hold this gently, without judgment. You have been trying to be loved by being admirable. It is a reasonable strategy. Almost everyone attempts it. It has one flaw and it is fatal, and it is this. If they love you for the performance, then the performance can never stop. And so you find yourself at 40 or 30 or 60, exhausted in the middle of a life full of people, wondering why none of it reaches the place where you actually live. Let that thought settle. The Analects report a small, strange human moment. Confucius says that he has never met anyone who, on seeing their own faults, could bring the case against themselves internally, not perform the apology, not manage the impression, simply admit it in the private court of their own chest. He calls this rare. He includes himself in the difficulty. That is the teacher in the oldest of the books saying, this is hard, and I have not finished doing it either. Notice how much closer he becomes in that moment. Notice that his authority does not decrease, it increases. Let that thought settle. Somebody in your life is standing at a polite distance from you, and it is not because they do not care. It is because there is nowhere to stand. You have not left them any ground. Everything about you is finished, capable, resolved. There is no cracked place for them to put their hands. Give them one. Not a performance of a crack, a real one, the thing you are actually afraid of, the thing you have not been able to fix, the part of your life that is currently unresolved and may stay that way. Let that thought settle. The winter will tell you who the pines are. That is true. Some will lose their leaves and it will hurt, and there is no philosophy in any language that makes that painless. But the pines are also real, and you will never know they were there, standing near you the whole time, green in the cold, if you insist on a permanent summer in which nobody is ever tested. You do not need to be admired by everyone. You need to be known by someone. Choose one, begin.